In previous Resident Evil games, they made use of two-dimensional backgrounds with 3D characters overlaying them. That was all changed with the release of Resident Evil Code Veronica. It used full 3D graphics with a lot of detail. This was due to the Dreamcast being far more powerful than the PlayStation 1, and having the higher capacity GD-ROM discs to store the game on. Though there are many advancements in this game, there are a few drawbacks. The Dreamcast itself is sort of a drawback due to it making a loud whirring noise when rapidly loading something. This would of course include jump scares. There already isn't a wealth of scares in this game, but the few that exist don't work very well as there is a short pause and the loading noise before every single jump scare. This severely lowers the game's tense atmosphere in an already less tense experience.
It is almost time, you genetically inferior siblings.
After her! She might know where Steve is.
Let's go.
The main thing that made the older Resident Evil games scarier was the janky quick animations of the monsters. This game's movement is very smooth, which is obviously going to be less scary, especially so with the spiders, which don't move anything like spiders. Scares aside, this game is still okay. The combat is a bit faster than many other Resident Evil games, but there is still plenty of backtracking and confusing puzzles. The backtracking is increased by there only being 5 item boxes in the entire game. The game in general was pretty slow and average, nothing really special going on. Even the music isn't memorable. Heck, that was one of the few things that most of the less scary games had in the series. This game mostly feels like Resident Evil 0, except in the plot, which is the best thing about the game. I, of course, don't want to spoil it, as there are a decent amount of twists and turns. And when I said like Resident Evil 0, I mean you play as 2 characters. Sure, it's not possible to switch between them, but you are forced to play as both Chris and Claire Redfield during the same playthrough. And yes, they do share the same 5 item boxes. This not only leads to backtracking, but also the possibility of being completely stuck in a certain spot. If you left an item you need as one character in the other's inventory, you'll have to reload from your last save and place the appropriate items into a box. Yes, I have put this game down. A lot. But there is still a huge plus to this game, the battle mode. You get to rapidly mow down monsters and get rewarded by being allowed to play as different unlockable characters. It's all around great already. Then, you get a first-person mode, and wow, this is awesome. Why can't I play the main game this way? Okay, so with a lot of mixed levels of quality across this game's many aspects, I give Resident Evil Code Veronica a 7 out of 10. You can pick up this game for generally around $25. But it has gotten as low as $15 before, as the used games market tends to fluctuate a lot.